Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. One of the nice things we got going into the weekend was another very strong jobs report. And when you see job creation exceed expectations, and when you see a sustained low unemployment rate, if you're rooting for the country, if you're rooting for workers, if you're rooting for small businesses and the people, you would be happy about such news. You would say, oh, I'm on the side of my country and the people who work here. And therefore, when job creation is strong, when unemployment is low, it's something to be happy about. I know this would be sort of like a weird introduction to a story if there were not a group of people actively rooting for the country's demise, or when they can no longer do that because it's so obvious the economy looks pretty good, they start taking credit for it despite the fact that they are not in power. And this is much of what we see from the modern Republican Party, and particularly from the MAGA right, which is desperate to either destroy Biden's economy, pretend it's no good, or say it's only good because of the expectation that Donald Trump is ultimately going to become president. And that's why people are hiring. Can you imagine listen, I'm a business owner. What on earth would lead me to hire someone today because I think that 7 months from now, Trump might be inaugurated? Even if I believed that Trump being inaugurated would do something to the economy that would then help my business in some way, and I would need more people, why would I be hiring people now because of that? It just doesn't make any sense. And so here's a few examples. Here is Fox News and others. They either laugh about the reports or they seem almost like they're announcing the death of someone. Let's look at a couple of examples of this.
This is something. 272,000.
Nancy Lazar was right. She was right.
She was right.
272,000. Everybody, the estimate was 185,000. And by the way, that blows even the top of the range from economists going in. The range was 120 to 258, and we came in at 272.
And as you can see there, Maria Bartiromo sort of amused, like maybe I believe these numbers, but certainly not something she's particularly thrilled with. Here's another one from Fox News. They sound almost like funeral announcements.
All this considering the much larger than expected May jobs report we got this morning. You know, all the Ivy League trained economists out there predicted a gain of 185,000 non-farm payrolls during the month. Instead, the economy added 272,000.
Not any mention of the fact that this is continued year over year strong economy, the likes of which presidents usually get rewarded with re-election when they oversee. Now, for comparison, here's like a more normal reaction from CNBC to good numbers for workers in your country.
Right? We should all be happy that we've got a strong economy. You know, I know you were just mentioning there's two schools of thought. Is it the strong economy school, or we have to have lower interest rates for the market to go higher? I'll always take a strong economy.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, it's all about the economy. It's all about GDP growth, GDP, corporate earnings, the health of the consumer. That's going to win out all of the time in the long run. So the health of the economy is more important. If you look at where the jobs are being created, we're in the same big categories. Where the government came back to be a big hire again, healthcare, and our favorite, travel and leisure. You know, businesses are renormalizing. We see it all the time. But people are traveling for business. It's no longer just personal travel.
It's what it is. And even Newsmax had to admit, damn, this actually does seem pretty good.
Well, it's important to take a big picture view here, and if you zoom out to what the economy looked like just prior to the pandemic, you'll see that about 81% of Americans aged 25 to 54, that is prime age Americans, were working. Basically no change today. Today, also around 81% of prime age workers working. And so this 1 month looks very strong. It looks like the economy is doing really, really well.
Now, they still put up something on the screen called the Biden Misery Index, and there's still bigger picture going to try to talk about how the economy is no good. But even on Newsmax, they have to acknowledge, damn, I mean, this month at least looks pretty good. One of the greatest ruses that the American right wing has successfully pulled on the American people is that they've spent 30 years, 40 years even, telling us they are the party of the job growth and the business environment that's favorable and economic expansion. And the truth is, they are the party of subpar growth. Look at any metric. Democratic presidents, on average, have seen 164,000 new jobs per month. On the other hand, Republicans, 61,000. 164,000 jobs a month versus 61,000 when Democrats versus Republicans are presidents. Say, oh, well, it has to do with all these other things. Well, still, for all of their claims that Democratic presidents destroy the economy, on jobs numbers, Democrats double Republicans. Democratic average unemployment goes down 0.8% when a Democrat is president. Under Republicans, unemployment goes up 1.1 percentage points. We're talking about percentage points here, not percent. Down 0.8 percentage points under Democrats' unemployment up 1.1 percentage points under Republican presidents. Real GDP growth, okay? When you've got a Democratic president, 4.2% a year. When you've got a Republican president, 2.3% a year. Significant difference. And if you look at the stock market, which now we're getting a little bit away from jobs, but it is related, S&P 500 returns dating back to 1945, when you've got a Democratic president, about 11% a year. And when you have a Republican president, 6.5% a year. These are very long-term numbers at this point in time. Different types of Democrats, different types of Republicans. Is the country at war? Is the country not at war? Is there a broader global calamity or not? We look at a sampling, the longer the better, and the numbers are very clear. And it is a sad thing for Fox News. I almost start to wonder, whose side are they on? Are they on the side of the country and the workers, or are they simply on the side of MAGA and the Republican Party? It's getting pretty damn clear. Let's say you want to figure out if Trump did use a Nazi slogan in a campaign video, or if it's just a misunderstanding. Ground News is an app and website that gathers news stories from across the world and political spectrum so you can decide for yourself. It's a great tool. I'm happy to be partnering with them for this video. Yes, Trump did in fact use a Nazi slogan in a campaign video he posted, and then he deleted it. On Ground News, I can access almost 200 articles covering the story and see that only 17% of those are right-leaning. No surprise there. Comparing coverage is interesting. Some sources on the left reference his language, comparing him to Hitler, while on the right, RT highlights his explanation of the video, and Israel's Arutz Sheva highlights that he deleted it. The Ground News Blind Spots feature will highlight stories like this that are disproportionately covered by either political side, so you are guaranteed to see the full picture. Sign up through my link for 40% off their Vantage subscription, which gives you access to all of their features. Go to ground.news/Pacman or scan the QR code or click the link in the description.